They called him Jesus. He came to love, heal, and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds the future, and life is worth the living just because he lives.
Alright, we're working on Deuteronomy 29. Now we have 6 more chapters left, and I'm going to read 3 this time and 3 tomorrow night, and then we'll be done with Deuteronomy. Alright, these are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, besides the covenant which he made with him in Horeb. Now, we have Cadence with us, and she is on the bed, so hopefully she won't cry. And Moses called unto all of Israel, and said unto them, Ye have been seen all the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt, unto Pharaoh, and to all his servants, and unto all his land. The great temptation which thine eyes have seen, these signs and those great miracles. Lay down there. Lay down. Casey, lay down there. Cadence. Yet the Lord had not given you an heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear, unto this day. And I have laid you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxen old upon you, and thy shoes is not waxen old upon thy foot. Ye have not eaten bread, neither have you drunk wine or strong drinks, that you might know that I am the Lord your God. And when ye come into this place, Sihon, the king of Heshbon, and Og of the king of Bashan, came out against us unto the battle, and we smote them, and we took their land, and gave it for an inheritance unto the Reubenites, and unto the Gadites, and all the half of the tribe of Manasseh. Keep therefore the words of the covenant, and do them, that they may prosper in all that ye do. Alright, let me go get her. Number 9. Keep therefore the words of the covenant, and do them, that you may prosper in all that you do. Ye stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains and your tribes, and your elders and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy strangers that is in thy camp, from a hewer of the wood unto a drawer of thy water, that thou shouldest enter into a covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day, that ye may establish thee today for a people unto himself, that he may be unto thee a God, as he has said unto thee, and as he has sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, and to Isaac, and to Jacob. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with them that sitteth here with us this day before the Lord your God, or our God, and also with him that is not here with us this day. For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the nations which you passed by. And ye have seen their abomination, and their idols, and their wood and stone, their silver and gold, which were among them. Lest there would be among you men or women, or family or tribes, whose heart turneth away this day from the Lord your God, to go and serve the gods of those nations. Lest there should be among you a root that breatheth gall and wormwood. And it came to pass, when he has the word of his curse, that he blessed himself in this heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of my heart, and to add drunkenness to thirst. The Lord will not spare him, but when the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smoke against that man, and all the curse that are written in his book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under heaven. And the Lord shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law, so that the generations to come of our children that shall rise up after you, and the stronger that shall come from a far land, shall say, when they see the plagues of the land, and the sickness which the Lord hath laid upon it, and that the whole land whereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown nor breed, nor any grass groweth therein, like the overflow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and Didham and Zebedium, which the Lord overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. And let's see, even all the nations shall say, wherefore the Lord hath done thus unto this land. What meaneth the heart of these great anger? Then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord God of their fathers, whom he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. For they went and served other gods, and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given them unto them. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land, to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. And the Lord rooted them out of the land in anger, and in wrath, and in great indignation, and cast them into another land. And it is this day the secret things belong unto the Lord our God. But these things which are revealed belong unto us, unto our children, forever, that we may do all that the words of this law. Now, if you paid attention to this, the Lord said he had already done it. Okay? It says, and the Lord rooted them of their land in anger and in wrath. It's already been done. And indignation, and cast them into another land. Okay, we are on 30 now. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the cursings which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them unto mind among the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shalt turn unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I commanded thee this day, that thy children with thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity, and have compassion on thee, and will turn and gather thee from all nations, whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy father possessed, and that thou shalt possess it, and we will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart, and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and upon them that hate thee, which persecute thee. And thou shalt return, and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all the commandments which I command thee this day. And the Lord thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, and in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land for good. For the Lord will again rejoice over thee for goodness, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice, Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of law, and if thou turn unto the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. For this commandment which I command thee this day is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven, that thou shouldest say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Neither is it beyond the sea, that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth, and in thy mouth, and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. See, I set before you this day life and good, and death and evil. And that I command thee this day, to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgment, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord swore unto his father, and to Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. We are on chapter 31. And Moses went and spoke those words unto all Israel. And he said unto them, I am 120 years old this day. I can no more go out and come in. Also the Lord hath said unto me, thou shalt not go over this Jordan. The Lord thy God, he will go over before thee, and he will destroy the nations from before thee, and thou shalt possess them. And Joshua, he shall go over before thee, as the Lord hath said. And the Lord shall do unto them as he did to Shihai, and to Og, king of the Amorites, and unto the land of them who he destroyed. And the Lord shall give them up before your face, that ye may do unto them according to all that the commandments which I have commanded you. Be strong and of good courage, fear not, for nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, he that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. And Moses called unto Joshua, and said unto him, in the sight of all of Israel, be strong and of good courage, for thou must go with this people into the land which the Lord hath sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it. And the Lord, he is in that doeth go before thee. He will be with thee, he will not fail thee, neither shall forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. And Moses wrote this law, and delivered unto the priests, the son of the Levites, which bore the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and unto all the elders of Israel. And Moses commanded them, saying, at the end of every 7 years, in a solemnly of the year of release, in the feast of tabernacle, when all the Israels come to appear before the Lord thy God in this place which he shall choose, thou shalt read this law before all of Israel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and thy strangers that is within thy gates, that they may hear, and that they may learn, and fear the Lord your God, and observe to do all the words of this law, and that their children, which have not known anything, may hear and learn to fear the Lord your God, as long as you live in the land, whether ye goest over Jordan to possess it. And the Lord said unto Moses, behold, thy days approacheth that thou must die. Call Joshua, and present yourself in the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may give him a charge. And Moses and Joshua went and presented themselves in the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord appeared in the tabernacle in a pillar of a cloud, and the pillar of a cloud stood over the door of the tabernacle. And the Lord said unto Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whether they go to be among them, and will forsake me, and break my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they will be delivered, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us, because our God is not among us? And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, and in that day are turned unto other gods. Now therefore write ye this song for you, and teach it to the children of Israel. Put it in their mouth, and that the song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. For when I shall have brought them unto the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxed themselves fat, then will I turn unto other gods and serve them, and provoke me and break my covenant. And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befalled them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness, for it is not to be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know their imagination which they go about, even now before they have wrought unto the land which I swore. 22. Moses therefore wrote this song the same day, and taught it to the children of Israel. And he gave Joshua the son of Nun a charge, and said, be strong of good courage, for thou shalt bring the children of Israel into the land which I swore unto them, and I will be with thee. And it came to pass, when Moses had made an end of writing the words of the law in a book until they were finished, that Moses commanded the Levites, which bore the ark of the covenant of the Lord, saying, take this book of the law, and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, that it may be there for a witness against thee. For I know thy rebellion, and thy stick neck. Boy, we have a lot of stick necks around here now. Behold, while I am yet alive, with you this day. Ye have been rebellious against the Lord, and how much more after my death? Gather unto me all the elders of your tribe, and your officers, that I may speak these words in their ears, and call heaven and earth to record against them. For I know that after my death you will utterly corrupt yourself, and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because ye will not do in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger through the works of your hands. And Moses spoke in the ears of all the congregation of Israel the words of the song until they were ended. Alright, well, guess we'll figure out what the song is on next week. We have 32, 33, and 34. I think there's 34 chapter in Deuteronomy. So we will see you tomorrow, and we will read some more. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. And may God bless you all.